What's up everyone, it's TheRazoredEdge, and today I'm here to bring you guys some news about the future of the Gears of War franchise. Today, Epic Games revealed Unreal Engine 5, and as most of you probably know, the main engine, or the engine, the only engine that the Gears of War franchise uses is Unreal Engine. You know, we had Unreal Engine 3, Unreal Engine 4, and we're moving into Unreal Engine 5, which looks to be kind of coming into games earliest around like 2021, 2022, and that kind of gives us that window of, you know, Gears of War 6, Gear 6 potentially moving all of their assets and upgrading to Unreal Engine 5. Now, we know that Gears 5 currently is on Unreal Engine 4, and the Coalition have come out and said, you know, that for the making of Gears of War 4, Gears of War 5, and this current Gears of War trilogy is that they've moved like some assets. They used Gears of War 3 as a base, which was an Unreal Engine 3 game, and you know, they had to I'm saying port, but they had to transfer everything over from Unreal Engine 3 to Unreal Engine 4. They basically kind of used Gears of War 3 as the foundation for Gears of War 4, replicated it as much as they could for Gears of War 4, and then kind of built upon that kind of with their own assets like Swarm AI, you know, their own character designs, their own level designs. You know, they had that modified wind kind of engine that was going to be in their previous game when they were previously called Black Tusk Studios. So their version of their engine might be slightly different, but reason being why I'm bringing this up, of course, Unreal Engine news is it goes hand in hand with Gears of War. Like they are simpatico, like they are symbiotic almost, if you know what I mean. Reason I bring this up is because the Coalition recently had a kind of a summit, which I can kind of call, I guess you could call like a meeting about, you know, the future direction of Gears 5, and it seems like that Gears 5 is going to be around for a little while they try to get the game to where they want it to be. You know, some things just aren't where they should be, like with the ranking system and content and maps and that kind of stuff. So the Coalition are trying to, you know, really knuckle down and get the game to where they want it to be, so current players will be happy. Plenty of games, you know, sometimes they don't hit the mark, but it's very possible for games, you know, to come back as long as they inject, you know, the right amount of love and content, which is definitely possible and definitely looks like that's the direction that things are going. But like, to my point, what I'm trying to say is that Gears 5 is going to be around for a while. So to me, it seems like the next installment of the Gears of War franchise being Gears of War 6, you know, what happens next, story-wise kind of thing is always on the table. So that has to happen in a sequel. So I feel like that with the Coalition's, you know, current plans to, you know, stick with Gears 5, you know, they said that it takes like 6 months, kind of like at minimum, to get like a map, a multiplayer map made from scratch, all the way up until it gets into the actual game. So I feel like Gears 5 is going to be around for quite a while. So I feel like the introduction of Unreal Engine 5 is kind of giving the Coalition maybe a window to, you know, have a team still working on Gears 5, and then maybe, you know, when studios get their hands on Unreal Engine 5, unless maybe the Coalition already have it, I feel like, you know, the world is being introduced to Unreal Engine 5, but perhaps some developers may already have their hands on it. I don't really know how that works in the industry. Like, are tech demos like a reveal, like, of a game trailer to, like, players, like, as, you know, is a game engine tech demo like a reveal to developers and that's their first time seeing it? I don't really know. But if, let's say, the Coalition do have their hands on it, or they don't, that they could be working, you know, to move all the assets from, you know, their work on Gears of War 4 and Gears 5 into Unreal Engine 5, while there's still a team working to create stuff for Gears 5. And this point brings me to something that the Coalition have been talking about, especially with, you know, stuff that people have been asking for in a Gears 5, which is stuff like you know, the Locust AI and models and that kind of stuff from older Gears of War games, like older mechanics and stuff like that, that was on Unreal Engine 3 that didn't make it into Unreal Engine 4 for the new Coalition trilogy. I'm wondering if, you know, Unreal Engine 5 will give them the ability to port stuff over from Unreal Engine 3 as well as Unreal Engine 4, like, really easily. Like, will those tools be available? I would really hope so. But even if not, maybe this extra time that, you know, they may need to readjust their scheduling. Like, maybe Gears of War 6 was planned to be built on Unreal Engine 4, and now that Unreal Engine 5 is out, you know, plans are changing, and now they want to go back and, you know, reassess, like, you know, now let's, like, you know, hold off on actually developing Gear 6, and let's plan more, and let's build, you know, all of our assets into Unreal Engine 5, and then start development on Gears of War 6. And in the meantime, we can still keep doing our work on Gears 5, keep introducing new content, you know, new maps, all that kind of stuff that people want to see, new modes, everything like that. So this is a pretty exciting kind of like time for, you know, the industry when a new engine comes out. We're moving into the next generation. This is going to be supported for Unreal Engine 5 is going to be, like, you know, for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. Like, this is the direction things are going. And by the way, if I didn't say already, the demo on screen is called Lumen in the Land of Nanite, and it's a real-time demo running live on PlayStation 5. And they go on to say here, we've just released a first look at Unreal Engine 5. One of our goals in this next generation is to achieve photorealism on par with movie CG and real life, and put it within practical reach of development teams of all sizes through highly productive tools and content libraries. So games in the upcoming generation are just going to look absolutely mind-blowing if this demo is anything to go by. And I believe tech like this is used, if you guys have ever seen, look up the behind the scenes for the Star Wars series called The Mandalorian. They use, like, real-time Unreal Engine assets in the background of a soundstage to kind of create the environments around the characters, rather than using a green screen to generate the images and all that kind of stuff. It's actually, like, real-time images that look amazingly, like, photorealistic in the background, so it actually looks like they're out in practical environments. It's mind-blowing stuff, but that's a whole nother ordeal. But anyway, I think this is very relevant to the future of Gears of War and Gears of War 6, Gear 6. What do you guys think in the comments down below? What do you think of the demo? Do you think that you know, Gear 6 will look anything like this? I especially like some of the mechanics we see here. Like, you see, you know, the character kind of the climbing mechanics, the way she reaches her hand out to the wall, you know, the dynamic lighting, that kind of stuff. It's very exciting stuff. But instead of rambling on about it, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to drop a like on the video, and make sure to share it around to help support the channel. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you thought. Subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you don't miss any future Gears of War content. Discord link in the description, and I'll see you guys next time.